PSG are made to rue the international break. Liverpool have found a way to stop Barcelona poaching their players. The Golden Boy shortlist has been announced. Chelsea have been handed a transfer boost. And of course, it's Wednesday, so we have this week's great debate. That and more coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. So for all you Liverpool fans watching out there, there's some pretty good news, but for all you PSG fans, it's quite terrifying. Last night in the final round of international fixtures, both Kylian Mbappe and Neymar came off with injuries for their respective countries. Mbappe hurt his shoulder in France's 1-0 win against Uruguay, and Neymar lasted just 6 minutes before sustaining a groin injury against Cameroon in Milton Keynes. However, the bad news doesn't stop there for PSG, as also in this international break, Edinson Cavani has played 2 games, seen his side lose 2 games, and not scored in 2 games. So, pretty bad form for all front 3 of PSG ahead of their crucial Champions League fixture against Liverpool next week. Although initially Mbappe's injury doesn't look too bad, Neymar may still be out for the clash, and with Edinson Cavani misfiring and sometimes not even in the team, Liverpool may have an excellent chance to redeem themselves after losing to Belgrade last time out. And more good news for Liverpool on the transfer front at least than the fact that Barcelona won't be signing any of their players for the next few years at least. In the deal that saw Coutinho make the switch to the new camp, Liverpool inserted a clause saying that Barcelona can't buy any of their players until the summer of 2021. So this means the likes of Salah or whichever other Liverpool player does exceedingly well won't be poached. However, on a quick side note, is this actually fair? Now, I get it's good for Liverpool because they won't have their biggest star sold. Furthermore, what if the Liverpool owners actually have an agreement with the player to leave, and yet again, he still can't go to Barcelona? And finally, what if there's a youngster who comes through in the next few years and again, can't actually move? I'm not quite sure this is going to work out just as they'd hoped. And next up, and the Golden Boy shortlist has been announced. This is for the best European player under the age of 21, and there are some expected names and a few that aren't there that you may have expected to be. Most likely Kylian Mbappe. Now, even though he's not on the 5-man shortlist, I do think he shouldn't even be considered for the award because, to be honest, he's kind of above them. He is that good at football and probably going to be in the running for the Ballon d'Or that he doesn't need to be messing around with the youth awards. As for the rest of the players who are nominated, it's Ajax's Matthias de Ligt, Roma's Justin Kluivert, Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr., Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and AC Milan's Patrick Cutrone. As for who I think the winner will be, well, none of the players have actually played that much first-team football except for Matthias de Ligt and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And for that reason and the fact he got to a Champions League final and to the semi-finals of the World Cup with England, I'd have to say, for me, the winner's Trent Alexander-Arnold. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below who'd be your winner for the Golden Boy Award. But up next, and some more transfer news, and this time it involves Chelsea and their potential transfer of Alex Sandro to the club. In the summer, he was linked with a move to Stamford Bridge with Antonio Conte and a potential reunion on the cards. However, even though Conte is now gone and Maurizio Sarri is in, the £60 million deal still looks to be on. While speaking ahead of his country's clash against Cameroon, the same game that Neymar was injured in, Alex Sandro did say that his dream was to play in the Premier League, but he's still happy where he is at the moment at Juventus. Now, to me, this is exactly what it seems. The first half of the sentence, he's made it clear that he's willing to move, and the second half of the sentence, he's trying to keep it sweet at his current club. We all know exactly what he means, and I'm sure a potential move to the Premier League is definitely on the cards. For Chelsea's current left-back Marcos Alonso, this means that he should up his game, not only to keep his spot in the team, but to also maybe put Chelsea off even needing to look for anyone else. And finally, last but not least, we come to this week's great debate. This is where our Onefootball newsroom set a question which we have to answer. So for my answer and all of the other guys from the Onefootball newsroom, make sure you check out the app where you'll find the great debate article. As for you guys in this video, the question is, what is football's biggest problem at the minute? Now, I'm sure you'll all have a lot to say, as do I. I mean, where do we start? You could talk about grassroots funding, you could talk about the lack of ethnic coaches, you could also talk about the corruption at the very top level. But for me, certainly in English football, one of the biggest annoyances I have is the coaching pathway. It's the amount of chances given to young coaches at the top level. Somehow, I really don't know how, the likes of Mark Hughes, Tony Pulis, Neil Warnock, Sam Allardyce, and all those other footballing dinosaurs are still given jobs on a regular basis. Now, no offence to these teams, but it always seems to be the same ones. It's a sort of QPR, Fulham, Crystal Palace, West Brom, Stoke, Middlesbrough kind of teams. Again, no disrespect to them, that keep on hiring the same managers. Why not give the chance to a younger coach? Someone who's actually learned rather than just played the game. For example, in the Bundesliga, where they give more chances to young coaches, coaches, they've produced the likes of Thomas Tuchel and Julian Nagelsmann, who are now top managers. So why not give the youngsters a chance? As usual, let me know down below all of your thoughts on today's daily news and hit the like button whilst you're there. You can also click right here to check out all the other videos that we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later. What if one of the Liverpool... Now, another state of you. God, blind, bloody hell. This place is a nut house.